Hi everyone, and welcome to our project on predicting air quality in Calgary using data and machine learning. This project was completed by our team as part of the ENGO 645 course with Dr. Xin Wang. In this video, we'll quickly walk through the problem, our goals, the data we used, and how we built our model. We'll finish with results and key takeaways. Air pollution is a concern in cities like Calgary, especially during seasonal changes. These images show how smog and haze can affect the air we breathe. The Air Quality Index, or AQI, tells us how clean or polluted the air is. It's mainly influenced by pollutants like PM 2.5 and ozone, which can harm our health. Tracking AQI helps the city plan better and protect public health. In this project, we had 5 main goals. First, collect air pollution and weather data for Calgary. Second, explore important factors using exploratory data analysis. Third, build a machine learning model to predict AQI. Fourth, improve the model's performance using meta-heuristic tuning. And fifth, analyze how much each feature affects AQI. We used 2 sources for our data. Air quality data came from Calgary's Open Data Portal. It included daily levels of PM 2.5, ozone, and nitrogen dioxide. Weather data came from Environment Canada using the Calgary International Airport Station. This gave us information like temperature, humidity, wind, and rainfall. On the map, the red marker shows the air quality station, and the blue markers show the weather stations. We merged everything by date and location to build one complete data set for each day. This is the data preprocessing section. In this part, we worked with 2 data sets, air quality and climate data, both in CSV format. Each row is a daily reading per station. We focused on data from 2017 and merged the datasets using the date column. Here in the code, we load both CSVs and merge them using pd.merge on the date field. We also converted timestamps where needed for easier trend analysis. Next, we cleaned the data. We dropped the units column, which had over 18,000 missing values, and removed other columns like climate flags that weren't useful. We used median imputation to fill missing climate values and filtered for Calgary North stations only. This block shows how we used df.drop and filna to clean missing values and then filtered rows by station name. Finally, we merged the 2 datasets. The result was a clean, integrated data frame with no missing values in our core variables. To reduce noise, we removed outliers using the IQR method. This box plot shows how extreme ozone values were excluded. Then we applied min-max normalization to scale all numeric features between 0 and 1 Na, important for tree-based models. We didn't use discretization in this project, but it could be applied later to classify AQI into bins. After cleaning, we performed EDA. We computed summary statistics and used a correlation heat map to understand relationships. We found that ozone had a very strong correlation with AQI, about 0.92, while PM 2.5 mass had a weaker correlation. Temperature variables like max, min, and mean were highly correlated with each other, so we selected only the most informative features. With this pre-processing pipeline, we had a fully cleaned and scaled dataset, ready for training the machine learning models in the next stage. After pre-processing, we started training our models. We chose 4 well-known Ensemble learning models: XGBoost, Random Forest, Light GBM, and Gradient Boosted Regression Trees, or GBRT. These models are powerful because they combine many decision trees to make better predictions. We also used a nature-inspired optimization algorithm called the Gray Wolf Optimizer, or GWO, to fine-tune the models and find the best hyperparameters, like how deep the trees should be or how many splits are allowed. We trained the models using a 75-25 split between training and test sets, and also applied 5-fold cross-validation to avoid overfitting. To measure how well the models perform, we used metrics like R-squared R-squared, root mean squared error, RMSE, mean absolute error, MAE, and the A20 index, which shows how often predictions fall within 20% of the real value. As you can see here, this part of the code defines how we train and evaluate the models. We use evaluate model to calculate all the performance metrics: RMSE, MAE, RQED, and A20. The getModels function loads all 4 models. Then the run models core function takes care of training and testing each one. We run the models in two modes, default with standard hyperparameters and GWO optimized, which uses the best settings found by the optimizer. These are the results from all models, on both training and test sets. We see that GBRT with Grey Wolf Optimizer gives the best performance, especially on the test set, with the highest R3 score, 0.896, and the lowest error rates. XGBoost with GW was close, followed by Random Forest. Overall, the optimizer helped improve each model's performance. This part shows how the Grey Wolf Optimizer works in our pipeline. It searches through different combinations of parameters, like number of estimators, max depth, and split size, and evaluates each using a fitness function. Once the best settings are found, we train the model again using those values. Here's what the optimizer selected for each model. For example, GBRT works best with 167 trees and a max depth of 5 toss. These small adjustments made a big difference in accuracy. To understand what drives air quality, we used SHAP values. The top features were ozone, PM2.5 mass, and carbon monoxide. These had the biggest impact on AQI predictions. This plot shows how close our predicted values were to the actual ones. The closer the points are to the diagonal line, the better. As we can see, our predictions are very close to the real data, especially in the training set. We also used code to generate this SHAP-based feature ranking and the scatter plot of predicted versus measured AQI. This helped us visually confirm the accuracy of our models. To wrap up, we showed that it's possible to predict AQI levels in Calgary using machine learning, and features like ozone and PM2.5 had the strongest influence. By using Ensemble models and optimizing them with GWO, we managed to slightly improve prediction accuracy. This project not only gave us valuable insights into air quality, but also showed how data science and spatial analysis can support healthier urban environments. Thanks for watching.